Hey, anybody care for some snacks? Alright, in a previous video I made, I said that a more complex shape would be better for a router bowl, or in this case a CNC bowl. And that assumption, I didn't have any proof, so I decided to just check it out and see if I was correct, and I was correct. Uh, Here I am setting up my little router CNC bowl project. And all I was doing there was just running the G code with the Z limit off or enabled. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but basically it doesn't move up or down the Z axis. And it's just checking to make sure that the router bit's not gonna hit any of the clamps. But I've started machining out the body, and as you can tell, it's a Telecaster shaped guitar body. This was actually pretty quick to route out. I would say it was faster, the outside edge, than the other router bowl that we did. Also, I think I might have mentioned it in the previous video that when you're making a router bowl by hand, when you make your templates and stuff, you just seem to kind of by default leave enough space on the edge for your router to sit on, your router sled and everything, so you don't mess up the bowl. And that's just kind of like a default thought process, at least that I've noticed when I've made them. On the CNC, you have a tendency to leave a little less room, and it just looks kind of weird. I tried to resolve that on this bowl, and I did a good job for the most part, but there's just one spot I really wasn't too pleased with how it turned out. One thing you do have to watch out for this machine is clearance with that metal plate that's to the back of the motor. You can kind of see it there. It has a tendency to hit clamps and stuff, and I actually had to stop this operation earlier because of that. And I finally figured out what that thing is for. It's supposed to be a dust guard to keep dust and debris from getting into the lead screws and linear rods, and it does an absolutely terrible job. There's all kinds of dust in that area of the machine, so there's really no point to that. On the new motor mount, that is not going to be on there. That plate's not going to be on there. There's no reason for it, so I am removing it. All it does is just hit the clamps, and like I said, I had to stop this early because it was about to bump into the clamps. Also, I didn't have the router bit set quite deep enough to be able to cut the full depth out, but not a big deal. I trimmed it out on the bandsaw and cleaned it up on the router table. Here I'm just switching bits out. Used a larger bit, used a 3/4 bit with a long shaft on it, and just double checked it and everything. And it was able to go deep enough, and it sped up the process quite a bit. Using just a 1/4" bit would have taken forever. This router bowl actually took about 40 minutes versus the probably almost 5 hours the other one took. It was a very long process. And not really very enjoyable at all. The CNC is supposed to make things quick, and in this case, or in the case of the other router bowl, it was very, very slow. I could have done it all by hand in less than an hour for sure, probably 30-45 minutes. They don't really take all that long at all to do if you know what you're doing. As you can see, that larger 3/4" bit just hogged stuff away, and this 2 horsepower rigid router motor has plenty of power to push a bit like that. You can't see it too much in the video, but there is some deflection in my motor mount, and I'm going to fix that with the next version of that, which hopefully I'll have plans for. So if you want to upgrade your 3040 CNC with a more powerful router motor, you'll be able to do that with my plans. But disadvantage here is that there's actually a little nick in the bowl, and I'll show it to you at the end. If you were doing this by hand, you would use, I personally use a drill press and a big Forstner bit and just hog it all out. It takes just a couple minutes, and then you just finish it up real quick with your template and your router. Just so you know, this machine's not able to move that fast. This is at 3x speed, so it's moving pretty rapid here, but in real time it's quite a bit slower. This pocket went pretty fast, but this is the one where I just thought it was a little bit too close to the edge. It was the only thing I wasn't happy. When you put the round over, it's just a very narrow spot there, right towards what the neck pocket would be on a regular guitar. The only thing that I didn't like about this. I also don't know why I leave the tape on once you figure out where the center is. Also here you can see that I've repositioned the lamps just the excess edge left off. That's not a problem. Alright, here's the finished project. I thought it turned out really, really well. I'm pretty happy with it overall. There's the other one that made nearly 5 hours to complete. This one only took about 40 minutes, so much earlier project. Some burn marks and also some marks as well. Treated with oil and everything. So right there you can kind of see that dimple. Rear nipples. But thanks for checking this video out, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And if you could, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. All right, these are mine.